Hi, welcome to this tutorial. I'll be showing you how to texture paint a terrain or any object in the Blender game engine using a method that gives you lots of flexibility. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's start by changing Blender Render to Blender Game. Change the viewport to texture and the shading to JLSL. Let's add the sun lamp. Select the terrain, go to the Material tab. I'm going to name this terrain. Change the specular intensity to 0. Go to the Texture tab, create a new texture layer. I'm going to name this stone. So you can get textures for your game from cgtextures.com. I'll put the link down description below. So let me open the file. Now our image is blurred out, we can't see it. So select the terrain, go to edit mode, select all the faces, and press U, unwrap. While you're in edit mode, open a new window, click new, and name it stencil. So a stencil is going to be a layer that we are going to paint on. It's our paintbrush layer. So click on OK. And at the bottom here you can see that there's a star beside the image text. So click on that and then pack as PNG. Okay. So let's open up a stencil. Select the stencil image, scroll down, uncheck color, check RGB to intensity and stencil. Okay, so any layer below the stencil is going to be a layer that we are going to paint. So let's create a new layer. I'm going to choose a snow. Click open. Okay, so that's the exciting part. While you have selected the terrain, go to Texture Paint, go to Slots tab, change the painting mode to Image, and then select Stencil. So let me just change the strength to 1. So if you hold your mouse, you can see that the texture is being painted on the terrain. Let's go back to object mode, and every time you have finished painting, make sure that you pack your stencil image. So you go to image and then pack as PNG. Yeah, I always have to do that because even if you save your .blend file and not pack your stencil image, all your painting job will be gone. So make sure you pack your stencil image all the time. So now we need to paint another texture. So we have to repeat the steps that we did earlier. So go back to edit mode again. Click on image, new. This time I'm going to name it stencil 2. Okay. Pack the image. Okay. Let's open up stencil 2. Scroll down, uncheck color, check RGB intensity, stencil, and this time we need to choose a texture, but the texture that we are choosing now will be only painted on its previous layer. So any texture that you have over here will be painted on its previous layer. So I'm gonna choose ice. Okay, so I'll show you what this means. Let's go back to texture paint mode. Go back to slots. Now from stencil, click on stencil 2 because we are painting a different image. So we said that any image that we have will be only painted on its previous layer. So in this case we can't paint it on stone. The previous layer is snow. So if I click on snow, it will be painted, but not on the stone layer. Okay. Oops, edit object mode. As you zoom in, you'll notice that the image will be pixelated, and that's where the advantage of this method comes from. It will allow you to scale up your images. It's very useful when you have a large terrain and you want a high quality texture. So go back to the texture tab, click on any of your textures, scroll down until you see a mapping tab, and change the size from 1 to 5 by 5. It can go up to 100, but I will keep it at 5 for now. I'm gonna do the same for the other two layers. And the last one. Here we go. So I hope you found this method useful, and I will see you next time.